Big day, Wednesday afternoon.
Hump
A
day.
lot of action going on. We got NBA, we got Major League.
How's your week going? What trajectory? Are you taking off? Are you landing? Are you?
It's summer. June is
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Best time of the year for sports, for life, for vacations. Kids love it. Parents love it. I love it.
Kids want to stop going to school. I don't want to go to school anymore. It's too nice out.
Yeah.
I agree. I don't want to work anymore. It's too nice out.
Here's where I want to get started. We were comparing the wrong guy to Mike. Michael Jeffrey Jordan, the greatest of all time. I could go down his list of accolades. We might not have enough time on this pod. But briefly, I can just tell you, 6-time NBA champ. Therefore, 6-time NBA MVP. Regular season, 5 MVPs. 10 scoring titles. 10 first-team All-NBA selections. We might have been comparing the wrong guy to Mike. Shea's in year 6. Ant is in year 4. But Shea looks a little bit more like Mike than Ant.
Shea's Canadian. He's too nice. Shea doesn't. The AT&T trio, like I told you, they're just Shea, Jalen Williams, Chet. They're just too nice. They fit Oklahoma City well, but Shea's not a very good self promoter. Ant's phenomenal at promoting himself. Shea does not. I mean,
I'm looking at the stats. I'm not looking at the demeanor of the
I
person.
know, but you have to look at why. So you're saying why haven't the stats that are obviously superior, probably to that of Ant in some cases, why isn't that project? Well, SGA doesn't have his own shoe. He doesn't. That's the first commercial I've seen him in. Ant's got his own shoe. He's in commercials. He's lauded. He's a self promoter. So SGA just kind of flies under the radar. It's plays in a very small market. So I appreciate SGA, and I'm glad he won the MVP, and I'm glad he's going to win tonight and close out the series.
We'll see, but I think he does it. Ant has the game that is similar to Mike in terms of explosiveness, his bounce, his athletic ability. Shea plays different. But looking at the stats, let's look at SGA over the last 3 years versus Mike's career averages. SGA 31.4, Mike 30.1. 4 rebounds for SGA. Mike has 6, a little taller.
Mm-hmm.
SGA more assists, but 6 to 5.3. Steals, Mike got it 2.3 to 1.6. Field goal percentage 51 to 49. 3-pointers 37 to 32. Free throws 90 to 83. It's a lot similar. But what is the most similar aspect to Shea's game to Mike? What is the most similar aspect of Shea's game to Mike's? Is he can't be stopped in the playoffs. He's an assassin. And if you look at Ant, you can scheme your way out of taking him out of the game. All of a sudden, he only has 14 points or 17 points. If he doesn't shoot the 3 and doesn't see a clear path to a layup or a dunk, he gives the ball up. He's got to do something different. He's got to attack the game different. Shea can score on all 3 levels, and he can hit you in so many different ways, and he's relentless. Ant isn't relentless.
Shea knows. I'm trying to think of if there was where there's hot spots in baseball. Like if you pitch him here, the more Shea knows where he wants to get on the court and knows where he can get buckets from. And so they watched one game. He just kind of, you take a few soft dribbles. You look around, act as though you're going to pass, take one dribble, boom, you're up, shoot. He's shooting 50% in the playoffs. The thing is, K Winn, I thought about this as you're talking. SGA, he doesn't dunk. He's not flashy, right? He doesn't get in your face. He's boring for the most part. Like he's a boring player. He's nice. He's Canadian. Like I said, he's Canadian. So you don't see him kind of as projected as this player that is as good as Jordan, even though his stats live up to Jordan's. He's also in a small market. So could he be as good as Jordan? Statistically, yes. Will he ever be looked at as someone? Now, you obviously have to win championships. You got to win titles. They have a trio to do it. Probably need, we'll see if they do it this year.
I'm not saying he's going to be Mike. I'm just saying maybe we picked the wrong guy.
I think we did. Because you don't, because he's not in commercial, right? No one like goes, wow, SGA. Everyone already forgot SGA won the MVP. It's that simple. Like,
I know.
So, SGA, I think is he is the best player in the NBA, has voted on.
Yeah.
But future projections, I think Ant kind of gets muddled, to be honest. So,
And what could get lost in all of this? It might be arguably the greatest season of all time if SGA can pull this off. And here's what I'm talking about: regular season MVP, best record in the league, scoring champ. If they win a title and he's Finals MVP, that is unheard of. There's only been 3 players who have done that, and that's Shaq. Jordan did it 4 times, and Kareem. So it's scoring title, NBA title, MVP, and Finals MVP.
if he was playing for LA, if he was playing for New York, if he was playing for Chicago, like he would be on the cover of Sports Illustrated. He'd be everywhere, but he just doesn't. And you're right. He'll go down. We'll see what he does. He's got to find like his own self promoter, like someone to go out and get him in front of the masses, because no one recognizes him. But he is good. Gosh, he's good. He's really
and all this rhetoric, he's a free throw merchant. He doesn't actually get to the free throw line that much. There's just nothing else to pick at him, right? There's nothing bad about his game except he flops a little bit. But he doesn't get to the line as much as James Harden did, as Giannis did, or does.
And he likes gravy on his french fries. Leave him alone. He's good. Just leave him alone. Let him be good. Let him win titles. I would. There was a turning. I had to say, I actually watched the game, and there was a turning point in that game. The Wolves. I think SGA got into the key with about a minute and 10 seconds left, and he fell down and he threw a pass through the legs of one of the Wolves. Jalen Williams wide open buckets, 3, put him up I think by 8. That's the kind of player he is. He's good, but no one's going to remember what he did in that moment because he's not flashy, and he plays in Oklahoma City.
But we're flashy because we're creators who've created a podcast that broadcasts live each week on YouTube. And if you're listening to our audio podcast, you should probably switch and listen to our video. So go to YouTube, download, listen, subscribe. But if you're not quite ready for the video, anywhere you get your podcast, download, listen, subscribe, 5 stars. I'm K Winn, he's Big Ben. We talked about SGA. We talked about Ant. We're going to get into a little bit more NBA playoffs, Major League Baseball, and a big rant from a big person named Big Ben.
I don't know if the rant will be all that appropriate, but yeah.
Is it as big as Kennedy's rant or Chris's rant right now?
Maybe. Best player at Iowa State.
Ever? I don't even know who else came out of Iowa State.
Georges Niang. Remember Marcus Fizer back in the day, number 3 pick, I think? Nice. He was nice. But I think you believe that this player, that Tyrese Haliburton, is not only the best player at Iowa State, but maybe top 10 player?
I'm saying based on how he's played this playoffs, he might now be considered a top 10 player.
Kemba Walker effect.
Ooh.
Kemba Walker. You remember Kemba Walker, right?
Yeah,
I think he blew through the Big East tournament in Madison Square Garden, just elevated his draft stock, and then went into the NCAA tournament, did again. Flew up draft boards. But there's a reason why you don't do voting for the MVP or the first team. It's all done in the regular season because the playoffs. I mean, Halliburton's a great player, but I think didn't Stephen A. Smith even come out and say that the Pacers are the better team?
But that's because he's the floor general. He's got to get some credit for that.
I'll give him credit. Yeah, they're beating the Knicks. They beat the Cavs. The Cavs were the number 1 seed. The East stinks. The East is horrible.
But if we go back to April, they were saying
time out.
Most likely to win a title was the Thunder, the Celtics, and the Cavs.
Put the Pacers in the Western Conference. Where are they?
They're playing OKC in the finals.
No. You can't believe that.
I
See, that's
believe it.
recency bias
Haliburton,
right now.
baby.
You have recency bias. That
I've
is
seen the
recency.
tape. They
Oh,
pass
come
the
on.
eye test. They play fast. OKC plays fast. They play physical. Denver, Minnesota play physical. They've got great coaching, and they've got a great leader. Pacers.
I don't agree with that. But, okay, Halliburton's great. He's not a top 10 player in the NBA, though.
I'm projecting forward. After this playoff run, based on what he's doing and the confidence and momentum, he's a top 10 player.
Kemba Walker was a top 10 player.
Kemba Walker was never a top 10.
I'm trying to think how these two are relative, Kemba Walker and Tyrese Haliburton. Haliburton's great, but I think two things. I'm going to counter your argument in saying that you put him in the West, he's not even close to it. He might not even be a top 10 player in the West.
Yeah, he is. Jokic, Giannis, SGA, Tatum 4, Curry, Ant 6. Who am I missing? You got Luka 7, Brunson 8. I'm not going in any order. 8. You got LeBron in there at 9. Donovan Mitchell, he's out. Halliburton's in at 10.
Oh, okay. How many of those players? Okay, I just don't. He's good. I guess we'll see. If OKC, Indiana in the finals, we'll see. I think OKC. Well, we'll see.
Who you got in the finals?
We'll see if my argument is relative or accurate in the way of those two. OKC.
OKC and how many?
Six.
Wow. Okay.
6.
Haliburton can give him a 6. Must be a top 10 player.
I mean, here's the thing about Oklahoma. Could you imagine? I mean, there might be like home court advantage could get really home courty, if you know what I mean. Like, the running water to the visitors' locker room could all of a sudden go off, and I'm just saying OKC is going to have an advantage. Just one, they're the lower seed in this case.
Who is?
OKC.
Then who?
If they would play the Pacers, let's project
OKC have the best team record in the league.
Okay, so they would. So I'm saying they would have an obvious advantage of playing at home first.
Yeah.
Right. 2 games at home. The series isn't.
When you said lower seed, I looked at it the other way because I have an analytical mind. So
I see. Where were we?
Tyrese Haliburton is the Tim Duncan of point guards. He's not flashy. He's fundamental. He just gets it done. And you know what's hot right now? Baggy pants are hot. Big baggy jeans. Everyone's wearing them in the streets. You think back to the 2000s, it was big baggy jeans. But you know what else it was? It was pass first point guards like Jason Kidd and Steve Nash. Now that we moved back to baggy jeans, why aren't we moved back to pass first point guards? And before you interrupt me, TLC came out with a song around that time during the baggy jeans craze. I don't want no scrub. Well, you know what? I'm doing the remix this year, and it's I don't want to shoot first point guard. Give me Haliburton, baby.
You said a lot there. Okay, history repeats itself. Yeah, sure. Come full circle. I don't disagree with you with the state of like ball dominant guards. Ant's a ball dominant guard.
Jalen Brunson.
Ball dominant guard. Like Haliburton is a facilitator, which we haven't heard in a long time from a point guard. It's like go back to the best facilitator in all time, John Stockton. Mm-hmm. Like it takes humility, it takes humbleness. It's like I'm gonna give up this look here from 3 that might be semi-contested to get a guy to lay up. Like that was just a matter of fact. And Haliburton, I guess the one thing I have to hold against Haliburton, if that was a 3-pointer the other night, game over. He's top 5. Like
yeah,
game over. Like that is commercial material the next day. But it was a 2. I don't hold that against him, but gosh, if he would have done it. Yeah. That said, he's a great player. I think he's a solid
And
player.
he's clutch too. Like he hits big shots at big moments.
It would be fun to see Haliburton and SGA go head to head a few times over the course of the next decade, because they'll be around for a bit. They'll be around for a bit.
Pacers are going to be around.
Pacers will be around. Indianapolis. I mean, Indianapolis is kind of the offshoot, kind of secondary birthplace of basketball, right? You had Kansas, and then Indiana. Indiana is just blue blood kind of state for basketball, so it doesn't surprise me that Indianapolis and the Pacers is field house, old school
Why
team.
don't we have a basketball team in Kansas? That's where Naismith created basketball.
Because the Jayhawks would be mad. Like the Kansas Jayhawks own that state. Bill Self is the highest paid person in that state. Like he doesn't want any other eyes coming in. He doesn't, like he wants everyone going to Allen Fieldhouse. To be determined. All right. Halliburton, sure, top 10 player.
I'm just saying, based on how he's playing, there's momentum and there's confidence.
Because he's one of four teams playing. I mean, come on.
We've seen this before. When you play at the highest level and you have success, and you get that in your head, you have more success. You can see more opportunities.
But he's the only person you're watching. There's 2 games going on right now.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like,
I'm not buying Halliburton stock, not at the price it is right now. It's going to go down. That's what I'm saying.
All right,
that's what I'm saying.
I'm just saying, like, if you're playing baseball and you face the best and you have success against that best, sometimes you can use that to carry on. He's having success.
Good segue.
Yeah.
From Haliburton to another guy who I want to talk about, and I want to get your take.
Okay.
You know baseball. You understand that
inside and out.
Inside and out. Sure. Can you tell me what WRC plus means?
It's WAR plus something. I actually don't know.
Anyway, let me get to this stat. Here's how 2025 Cal Raleigh, if we're familiar with Cal Raleigh, $100 million.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's weighted runs created.
Okay. Weighted runs created. So 2025 Cal Raleigh stacks up with I credit Rehorn sent me just this right before I was coming on. Phenomenal touch here. Stacks up with the best catcher seasons of all time. 2012, Buster Posey, you probably remember this season. 9.8 F-WAR. I'm just going to take that as good. Wins replacement, nearly 10. 164 WRC.
It's effing good.
Mike Piazza. You remember this scene, 1997. The guy hit so many jacks. 9.1 F-WAR. 183 WRC. Okay, Pudge Rodriguez, 1999. 6.8. 125. Johnny Bench, 1972. That went back. 9.2 WAR. 156 RC plus. Cal Raleigh. Approximately 10 WAR. And 179. That would make him above any of those seasons right now, projections. And then second highest to Mike Piazza's year. Could Cal Raleigh be a Hall of Fame catcher and one of the top 5 all time? In your mind, this is recency bias for me, right? Like
he's got to do this for like 10 more years to be considered for Hall of Fame.
Switch hitting catcher. But here's my point here. Catchers are kind of a commodity, I would say, in baseball. There's very rare you get guys where you're like, we got to have him catching full time, like Raleigh. Now you can DH Raleigh because he's got a great bat. He's a switch hitter. But they're like generational almost. Like Posey was, I think, the bat. Yadier Molina's great, but it's rare you see someone that can hit for average. Call it average for a catcher, 250. It's good average for a catcher. 30 plus jacks and 100 plus home or RBIs. Like that's a generational catcher, right? Am I wrong?
You got to continue to do it, like you did this year.
But is that the mark for you? Am I wrong in that assumption?
It's one of. Listen,
What's the other?
He's got to win He's got to win a batting title.
He's a platinum slugger.
Win a batting title.
Batting title is a catcher timeout. Did Buster Posey ever win a batting title as a catcher?
Absolutely.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did. Look it up.
Did Mike Piazza? Heck no. That
you might have.
Is that a requirement?
I'm just saying, you've got to win a batting title and or win an MVP and or win a playoff game. And Cal Raleigh's not doing any of that in Seattle.
To be determined. I want to bring some respect to Cal Raleigh. The guy signed a $100 million deal. Probably one of the biggest signings the Mariners have had in a long, long time. One of the bigger splashes that was made in probably contracts in the offseason or leading up to the season, I guess you could say. But he's delivered. He's
Buster
second in the
Posey.
league. Second in the league in home runs to Ohtani right now. He hit 2
Buster
jacks last
Posey,
night.
2012 National League MVP award. 2012 National League batting title.
Ooh.
3 rings. Piazza, I don't know if he has a batting title. We'll have to check that, but he did it for so long. Like, I look at it like this. You've got Yadier Molina, who was great defensively.
Exactly.
Okay,
phenomenal.
Offensively.
Okay.
Piazza was the other side of that. Great offensively, okay defensively. Buster was good at both, but he didn't have the power numbers. Cal Raleigh is great at both, and he has the power numbers. So if he can keep on this trajectory, he could get there. I'm just saying he's got to continue to do it.
Okay. How many years? Well, I mean, it's all relative, right? You got to do it. That's the thing. I think catchers have staying power. I don't know for whatever reason. Like they're built with phenomenal flexible knees or something. I have no idea how that works. But I think Cal has it. The reason I look at a guy like Cal, I'm like, it's been a long time since Mariners have had someone that is probably, now you could say Julio Rodriguez, but is top 5 for sure at their position in the major leagues.
Top 5 at catcher, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this year he might be top 5 in the AL.
He might be top 5. I mean, he's doing nice things. What I want to compliment Cal for delivering on his contractual agreement based on the amount he got paid. He's delivering what he said he would do, much the way Ohtani continued to do remarkably.
And Cal is 28. I want to compliment him, but I want him to stay hungry and humble. And I want him to keep doing.
All right, we'll call that the catcher's corner. I like that. I don't have a rant. My only rant was why can't Rudy Gobert score more points? He's averaging 12 points a game. The guy's 7'1". It's like his feet are. And I came up with this idea. I want to hear your feedback. Why are some of the tallest players just not very good at offense? Like, remember Sean Bradley? Yeah. Not a great at offense. Manute Bull. Like, what is it? Why can't tall players score? Do you lose? Like, is there? So if there's a line as you go up tall, like here's your height and tallness going up, and then your overall coordination goes down, or like what is it? Like Rudy Gobert looks lost out there on offense. Like he doesn't know what to do other than dunk the ball when it comes off for a rebound.
Was it Malcolm Gladwell? He says like 1,000 hours. Is that what he says?
Yeah.
I think it's that at the NBA level. Like if you are a scorer and you're dribbling and you're getting the ball, you're doing like you can constantly get better. But if they're like, hey, stand in the corner and only shoot, like you're not working on your dribbling skills. Yeah, and if you're not in the post doing anything, like you really can't get any better because they won't allow you to do it in the game or in practice. And if you're practicing it, you're probably not practicing against upper echelon competition.
Okay, fair. So you're saying there's not other 7'1" players on your team, right? Relative, so you're not practicing against real time.
Well, I'm saying they're not giving him the opportunity to do it, and therefore he's never going to develop it. I'm not saying he should either.
Could he go get on a pass first point guard team and then become a 20-point scorer?
If you play with Haliburton, he can top 8, baby.
Rudy to the Pacers, baby.
Rudy to the Pacers, dynasty.
They won't take that contract. They're smarter than that. They are far smarter than that. All right, what do we got coming up tonight? We got OKC taking on the T-Wolves.
Minnesota Game 5. Yeah,
Game 5 in OKC.
No, I think
2-2, 1-1-1.
Yeah, you're right. It is in OKC.
Okay, you better win tonight, OKC.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, I bet you someone gets lost in the locker room from the T-Wolves. And then what do we got in the way next? 3-1
we got Pacers. Pacers. What's tonight? Thursday night.
And that's back in New York. So it'll be Knicks in 7. Knicks in
Knicks in
7.
7. Those videos are amazing.
Knicks in 7. Oh.
10 years ago, would that have been you on 7th Street coming out of work, undoing your tie, and doing pull-ups on
I would have been.
Would that have been you?
There would have been a small contingent of us in Hoboken, like wearing our. It's like, no, we would have been outside. Where would we have been? I don't know. Dino and Harry's or something like that, going crazy. But we would have definitely been at Ainsworth. We have to recall the time. Let me do a little recall.
Let's do it.
That is where Buckus Service was formed.
That's where the FanDuel business plan
got
stolen.
Remember, I was etching it on paper. We selected teams. Like, I had that. Why
was DFS before it was even popular.
It was. I was doing on the hands. When was I got to go look at when FanDuel was created and then take them to court? It was
like 2014 when we were doing it. 2012 maybe.
Do you have any of the papers where I could date them? Let's go. No, that's our route to money. We just like $1 million. That's it.
Yeah. But can't we sue? Like, all these former athletes are suing the NCAA.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Chris Jenkins, O'Bannon
Like,
brothers.
if I had one of the papers that proved that I was doing before them, and that was my IP, and that some guy was also there that was at Ainsworth, saw me throw it in the trash, picked it out of the trash, took it, and created the company, we have something.
Or go through our text messages. If we did a text draft with the players, we might have a digital record of this.
We did. Let's go find that. And there's some digital forensic people we could hire too.
Yeah.
Holy cow. That'd take a long time. Probably be fruitless. Do we have a lawyer? Lawyer friend?
I mean, I do.
All right, sleep on it.
I don't think we'll take this case though.
Give them some magic mind. See what they say.
It's fair. I mean, it's probably worth $1 million idea.
All right, I got a crying 5-month-old.
All right,
let's get out of here.
K Winn Big Ben each week. YouTube. Anywhere you get your audio podcast, download, listen, subscribe, 5 stars. We're going to change up the times a little bit, but we're not going to change up the West Coast bias or the affinity towards Tyrese Haliburton.
Why didn't you take
you follow us online at Big Ben K Winn _ anywhere you get your social media at Big Ben K Winn _ That is X, that is Facebook, that is Threads, that is Instagram, and YouTube.
Why didn't you take to my Oklahoma City theory?
The lower seed one?
No, like the fact that Oklahoma City, like Oklahoma's only got one thing going, that they're really going to make sure that their team wins. Like, there's something that's going to happen tonight. Shoes coming.
I just think Ant-Man's going to show up.
Ooh, that's a broken theory.
I mean, tonight, not throughout the series. OKC will win in 6.
Boom.